Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. We getting the show going. Hey, what is going on Facebook? What is going on Clubhouse? What is going on everyone out here in internet land? It is Monday, July the 19th, 2021. We are having a wonderful morning this morning talking about some of the news stories. One of the news stories that Miss Naja brought up a little bit earlier is one of the co-founders of Ethereum. Actually, a buddy of mine, Anthony Dioria, said he is getting completely out of the crypto space because he fears for his security. Also, if you stay on that Ethereum path, we also saw an article come out talking about where Vitalik was talking about Ethereum, the 2.0 probably won't be rolled out until late 2022 now. So it's been pushed back again. And then also, Miss Charlene brought up some news stories talking about Paraguay and how Bitcoin is being handled from a regulatory environment in Paraguay, and how they are pushing a bill forward. And I think we're going to talk about some of those news stories here really soon. So, yeah, man, it's really good to be with y'all this morning. Really, 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 really awesome to be with y'all. Everybody out there in Facebook, YouTube. I think we on Twitter now. So if you're on Twitter, please retweet the tweet coming from Black Bitcoin Billionaires account. Make sure you put hashtag BBB Genesis block on there. And then, matter of fact, we might go back to doing a giveaway this morning. So we can do the, if you do hashtag BBB Genesis block, we're going to pick someone randomly to give some Bitcoin to. So please get that out there. Make sure y'all share this. Everybody in the room right now here on Clubhouse, make sure you share this out to the beautiful, wonderful Twitter so that people know that we are open. So yeah, let's get that out there. So let's talk about some of these news stories today. So first news story I think was about Anthony Dioria. I think that's what Miss Naja brought up, talking about he was getting out of the crypto space altogether because he feared for his security. Now, just to give a quick backstory, Anthony Dioria was one of the early founders of Ethereum. He was a while back. I met him at the Texas Bitcoin Conference. He's the reason why I actually got into CoinDesk when I was at the Texas Bitcoin Conference with the Fever wallet. That was my first time ever getting into CoinDesk because Anthony Dioria called somebody up and put in a favor, so to speak, or he just connected me with someone because he saw how dope our wallet was. And he really liked it, so he connected me. So shout out to Anthony Dioria for that, man. I always got to give him a shout out. But it says in the article that he is getting out of the crypto space because of security. And if you just Google his name right now, it says he's worth $750 to $1 billion. That's what they're estimating. So what do you guys think about that? Would you openly come out and say you're getting out of the space, or do you think this is just a ploy for him to stop getting so much attention? Hmm. True.
the question in general, but also wanted to have an answer or someone on the panel talk about it from a perspective of someone who's not really financially literate yet to understand um, using their wealth, borrowing against their wealth.
I think,
Well, wouldn't it also?
saving. I was just going to say, of course, saving is key. And then also just offering services, right? Like offering your time. If you have, multiple skills, um, and just receiving your payment in Bitcoin. You don't necessarily have to take, your 9 to 5, take those funds and actually purchase Bitcoin. You could also just say, hey, I accept Bitcoin, and, here's how you can do that. If they're not familiar, you can inform them as well, as far as ways that they can start saving for themselves. But yeah, just offering your services, I think it's another way or key way as well.
Can I jump in here real quick? So listen, we didn't have sound for that whole first, I guess, 20 minutes on YouTube. I don't know what was going on. I had to restart my whole entire computer as I was streaming. So now we good. I think everybody's saying they can hear now. And y'all had a wonderful conversation. So for everybody out there in YouTube land, the conversation was about what's going on with Anthony D'Oria and about the fact that he's getting out of crypto as being one of the very visible individuals in the space, and talking about how they would focus on security, how everyone in the panel would focus on security. So that's what you all missed. But I think one of the most interesting things that I heard was Josh. So Josh brought up that maybe he is trying to distance himself from Ethereum right now with this saying, if you take the two news stories I talked about at the beginning, which was him getting out of crypto and then Ethereum 2.0 saying it's going to get pushed back another year, like that part of it, right? When you start thinking about that part of it, do you all really think that he is leaving the game, so to speak, so that, because he knows what the challenges are with Ethereum itself? You think that might be what it is?
I think so, 100%. In fact, I think Charlie Lee kind of did the same thing with Litecoin, because what do you do when you're the founder of a coin network, a cryptocurrency that doesn't have a future? I mean, if you can't justifiably keep pulling in people to your network, and there's nothing else left but to kind of sell everything and walk away quietly, because you don't have any other choice when you come to the realization that this thing is not worth what I thought it was, and what else are you gonna do? You got to exit somehow.
But I guess the public exit. Why so public of an exit? Do you think there was? I don't know. I have no clue. I can't even really speculate, but I do think, given what Josh said, that it is very telling, right? Or it could be a tell. It could just be he's just ready to go. But at the same time, these two articles are too close together. That this news is too close together for it to almost be coincidence. What does anybody else think up on the panel?
I think again what Josh was saying is very telling, because he didn't know who he was 3 days ago, and I gotta say I didn't know who he was 3 days ago. So it is it's very, very interesting that this guy would come out like that, and it may not be a coincidence.
He's doing what most CEOs do when they run centralized companies.
Dang. But that's the thing. Like, you would not say Anthony D'Oria. Like I said, shout out to Anthony. He's always been a good friend of mine, man. Like, he put me on game. He actually helped me get on CoinDesk at very early on, for those people who didn't get to hear that earlier. But yeah, man, it's like he's not the CEO of Ethereum, but he is very much so, especially in Canada, one of the top. I guess, Vitalik's up there too. So, I mean, he's one of the top Ethereum folks in the space that people know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of things going on, but also here's my question. I didn't even think about this. What do you all think if Ethereum winds up not being what everybody thinks it's going to be? Do you think that will affect the market as a whole? You think it'll affect Bitcoin in the short term? What do you think will happen with Ethereum? Or do you think people will migrate from Ethereum over to Bitcoin? What do you guys think?
I think the competition begins because you have other blockchains that use smart contracts. Even if you just look at the prices, you got Ethereum Classic. I've heard of Polygon, of ADA. I've heard of there's another one out there, but it's a lot of
Solana, Dot, all of those things.
yeah. They're all smart contract firms, and so I
But I mean, that's really it at this point in time. It's nothing really significant in my view.
Let's hope they found all the flaws in it this time. My my thing is like, man, with them, like they're moving to a proof of stake system, and like there's so many other, there's so many other blockchains that have already been developing and working in a proof of stake system for 4 or 5 years already. So it's like they're really late to the party on that end, and then to come to that system and you have other blockchains that are already 5 years ahead of them and developing on that, and then they gonna transfer everything that they're doing onto POS and it be flawless. It almost puts them at a disadvantage because they have so much traffic right off of the bat, and these other companies are building up to that, but they did it like more like in a slow tortoise in the hare type of way. So they jumped out with the traffic, but that might, with the traffic and like all of the usage, but it might actually hamper them in the long run because it's harder for them to build. People are going to expect it to be perfect right out of the gate, and that's a hard ask.
Yeah, I think Vitalik's words were very interesting, and I'm just paraphrasing, but basically, if they would have waited pre the initial network launch, right? Like if they would have just waited 5 or 6 months and really hashed some things out, really thought it through, took a slightly different approach, we would not be where we are today with all of the challenges and things within their network. So that's something very important for people to think about. It's not always the best thing to just throw things out there and see how they go and try to, address the vulnerabilities as they arise. Like, yeah, if you were a little bit more thoughtful, then some of these things could have definitely been avoided. And I think the conversation would be slightly different today than what we're having. This is Ryan. I'm done.
Yeah, I agree. I think if that happened as well, you probably wouldn't even have a Cardano or a Polkadot or something, because they kind of splintered off because of some of those reasons, from what I've seen in interviews and things of that nature.
Yeah, Gavin Wood, I believe. He's the one who moved over there.
Yeah, and Hoskins as well.
So I have a question then with this Ethereum, because I know about the split with Ethereum Classic due to the hack, many years ago. But who's working on Ethereum Classic? How is that getting updated? I saw the price jump during this last run pretty nicely. And so is who's controlling that? Is it still being updated?
That's just ignorance right there. That's all that is.
Yeah, people just still running those nodes and holding the network up.
Yeah, I don't think they have any updates at the moment. I haven't researched it, but of course, in these bull markets, everything's going to move up.
It's almost like they've been dead since 2017 around that time, man. I really don't know who works on the project. Just like Josh said 3 days ago, he just heard of the guy Lamar has known this whole time here. I don't know anyone that works on Ethereum Classic, man.
Yeah, the thing is I think Ethereum Classic is just, again, it's about like BSV. You see matter of fact, we should have probably brought that up in the news. You see what happened with BSV? Did y'all see what went down with Bitcoin Satoshi Vision?
What was that?
51%.
51% of time.
It got hit.
Oh, they got 51%?
I think that was Satoshi's vision.
Facts. How you the real Bitcoin and get 51%?
Man.
So they're going to have a Bitcoin Satoshi Vision Classic?
Right.
That's why it's important to understand that the number of confirmations does not give the same security on all chains.
Right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here, man.
So, hey, everybody out there in Facebook, YouTube, this is Lamar Wilson. I am coming to you. I know you guys can probably hear me directly. As far as the sound coming from Clubhouse, we are having technical difficulties today with the streaming software. So, I'm going to go ahead and close it down for the day. Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to try to figure out another solution before then. And I'll test it all week long to see if we can get it to work. But thank you all for tuning in. So sorry that the sound keeps cutting in and out on you guys today. But we'll be back next week, 11 o'clock a.m. It'll be July the 26th. So, yeah. He said, still someone working on Ethereum class. They just changing the algorithm to a different one for mining. That's what someone said. Somebody still said they're still working on Ethereum Classic. Listen, man. I am going to close it down. I appreciate all of y'all out there in the good old Facebook, YouTube, Twitter world. And we'll see y'all again next time. Later. Live love, love life.